Okay, well, my project, I'm from the University of South Florida, and that's based in Tampa, and I'm from the School of Global Sustainability, and I'm going to be doing a project down in South America that's, it's got like a few key points. Sustainability issues with water and other resources, and also tourism and ecotourism and their effects on wildlife. My project is I'm going from Peru to Ecuador to the Galapagos Islands, and the Galapagos Islands are one of the key areas in the world with very unique species, and a lot of this wildlife, including like land and sea, is endangered now. And there's threats because of global climate change, so sea level rising, that sort of thing, pollution, but there's also threats because of ecotourism. So a lot of people coming down there, as far as sustainability goes, when you have ecotourism, people are coming to see places because they want to see nature, they want to see what Darwin saw in that respect, but accommodations are being built for them, and they're not just places like Graham's Place. They're fancy hotels that are maybe exploiting like local fish populations or transporting goods from other countries, and along with that you get a lot of pollution, and you destroy ecosystems in the process by making nature paths or putting up a resort right in the middle of somewhere where like maybe an animal needs like a habitat. So sustainability wise, how do you balance those two things? How do you keep nature pristine, or at least preserve what's there and still allow people to enjoy it? For example, we do have this issue here in Florida, and there's just a lot of conflict between politics, economics, and environmental issues. And the thing with Florida is that Florida is mainly ecotourism based. People don't come to Florida to see 17th century statues or something like that. They come to Florida because they want to see the fish, they want to fish, they want to scuba dive, snorkel, they want to explore the nature. And what we're doing in Florida is we're destroying nature, and what we're doing is we're actually destroying our economy at the same time. We're messing up what brings us money into the state. So if we can find a better way to service travelers, for example, in a more sustainable manner, and also, I mean, sustainability goes beyond that. Solar power, what do you think? Let me think. Conservation, that sort of thing. So limits on development. So it's not just tourism, but it's the whole realm of sustainability. I feel like there's not always a balance between humans and nature, and a lot of times there's a separation between the two, and there is really no separation. We're one thing. We're one community. So what I'm hoping to find is how can we make places, how can we keep places beautiful and keep wildlife able to flourish on its own, but still allow those places to be explored and traveled and studied by humans without destroying them. Well, I mean, a community can be a tiny little community. If you're, I mean, it can be a city, it can be a block, it can be a global community. So kind of like what we're studying here at USF is the idea of, like, the old cliche, you focus local and think global or something like that. You have to start within your community. So you have to start with one person, for example, and then another person and another person. But the entire community now, because we're a global society, so we have to think definitely globally as well. when we run out of resources here in the States, we don't just say, oh, well, we got to change. We find out where we can get those resources and we ship them in from other countries. So I think like today and in the future, our community is sort of going to be like it's going to be like a large global community.